The first time I saw her look at him, I felt something in my stomach twist. Not jealousy, not yet, just something off, like a wrong note in a familiar song. She laughed at one of his jokes, leaned in closer than she needed to, and for a second her hand brushed his arm. It was subtle, maybe even innocent, but it stuck in my head like a splinter. When I asked about him later that night, she smiled, casual and dismissive. "He's just my brother's friend," she said. "Don't make it weird, Mark." I didn't. Not at first. I wanted to believe her. Weeks passed, and every now and then, his name slipped into conversation. "Oh, Adam said that movie was great," or "Adam's helping my brother with the deck this weekend." Every mention came with a small shift in her tone, something softer than usual. I caught it each time and told myself I was overanalyzing. That's what trust does. It teaches you to silence the alarms in your head. When my brother-in-law invited us to his annual family barbecue, I didn't think much of it. We went every year. The same jokes, the same overcooked burgers, the same cousins asking when we'd have kids. But this time felt different before we even arrived. My wife took longer getting ready, new dress, a little more perfume, and that quiet, distracted hum as she applied her lipstick. I tried to shake the thought that she was dressing for someone else. When we got there, the air smelled of charcoal and beer, the yard filled with laughter and the sound of kids running barefoot across the grass. And then I saw him, Adam. He was leaning against the fence, holding a drink, talking to her brother. The moment our eyes met, he smiled, confident, polite, like he already knew me. He walked over, hand extended. "Hey, you must be Mark. I've heard a lot about you." "Have you?" I said, shaking his hand. His grip was firm, almost practiced. My wife came up behind me, her voice too bright. "Oh good, you've met. I told you he's a great guy." She was right beside me, but her body angled toward him. It was small, almost imperceptible, but I saw it. The rest of the afternoon passed like a slow, unraveling thread. Every time I looked at her, she was laughing at something he said. Not the polite kind of laugh she gave at work parties. This one was real, full. I'd missed that sound. At one point, she went inside to help with the desserts, and a minute later, Adam followed. I watched them disappear through the sliding glass door. My chest tightened. I told myself not to move. Not to be that husband. But after 10 minutes, the noise around me faded. All I could hear was the blood pounding in my ears. I stood up, trying to keep it casual. My brother-in-law noticed. "She's probably grabbing the pie," he said, grinning. "You know how she gets lost in the kitchen." I nodded, pretending to laugh, and walked toward the house. The kitchen was empty. The dessert table untouched. But the door to the laundry room, the one that led to the side patio, was slightly ajar. I stopped breathing for a moment. Through the narrow gap, I saw them. She was standing close to him, whispering. His hand was on her back, low, almost hidden. She wasn't pulling away. Something inside me cracked, quiet and deep. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. I just stood there, watching the life I thought I knew twist into something I didn't recognize. Then she turned, saw me through the doorway, and froze. The color drained from her face. He stepped back instantly, but it was too late. The silence that followed felt heavier than any sound could have been. "Mark," she said softly, like my name was a plea. I opened the door wider. "Dessert's taking long." Her lips parted, but no words came out. Around us, the faint hum of laughter from the yard felt miles away. Adam cleared his throat, trying to mask the tension. "We were just..." "Don't," I said quietly. "Don't lie." He shut his mouth. She looked down, hands trembling, wedding ring glinting under the fluorescent light. We stood like that for what felt like forever. Then, slowly, I turned and walked back outside. The air hit my face, cool and sharp. I felt everyone's eyes on me, even though no one knew what had happened yet. A minute later, she followed. Her brother looked between us, confused. "Everything okay?" he asked. She didn't answer. Her silence said more than anything could. The laughter died out, conversation stilled. You could feel it, something heavy shifting in the air. The family barbecue went silent. Her mother's voice broke the stillness. What's going on? I didn't want to humiliate her, not there, not in front of everyone. So I just said, ask your daughter. Then I put my drink down and walked toward the gate. I could hear her footsteps behind me, quick, desperate. Mark, please, just stop. I turned to face her. Her eyes were red, the same eyes that used to make me feel safe. Was it worth it? I asked. Whatever that was in there, was it worth everything? She shook her head, tears spilling down her cheeks. It wasn't what it looked like. I almost laughed. Then what was it? She opened her mouth, closed it again, helpless. There was nothing left to say. I left her standing there, surrounded by people who suddenly didn't know where to look. As I reached the car, I heard her father murmur something sharp to her brother, and then the arguing started behind me. The sound of it faded as I drove off, replaced by the hum of the engine and the echo of her voice in my head. He's just my brother's friend. Later that night, she texted me, "Can we talk? Please." I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I typed back 2 words, "You already did." When I set the phone down, I realized something painful but clear. Betrayal doesn't always begin with a kiss. Sometimes it starts with laughter at the wrong person's joke. Sometimes it starts when the person you love stops looking at you like they used to. And by the time the silence breaks, it's already too late.